easy. And hopefully everything has calmed down now. See FNS. I think one of the American commentators was calling him Finesse.
Oh.
Maybe that's how you say it. That would make sense.
It would make sense.
So we've got two people just holding both sides of the arch. They're in the right place for the time being now. See the flashes coming in from the T side. Are they going to surprise them? Tarek gets one frag. Trade coming in from D-Born. Steal. Got to plant the bomb. Have they seen FNS? He's just is he going to get the one tap? He's just keeping an eye. It's a two tap. And that's a really nice position. The fact that he delayed announcing his presence there may be a really important factor for the CTs here. Gets a second frag on Steal. It's a 4 versus 2 now. Mo and Monty, last people standing. Monty's going to go down, all down to Mo. We've seen him do great things with pistols, but this might be a bit too much. Gets a first frag. Up against 3 now. Got to face all the weapons at the same time. Is the defuse coming in though? He stayed alive for quite a long time there. But Cutler did manage to get the defuse. So it's a good start here for the CTs. Oh, that's got to be annoying. You can see there, Peter's got 99 armor, which means that it's going to cost him $1,000 for his helmet, as opposed to $350 if he had perfect armor.
Oh well. Worst things happen.
Such is life, my friend.
Worst things happen at sea.
Sometimes you get chips on your armor, sometimes you pass out and headbutt a wall.
The funny thing is, I sent a note in after that experience saying thank you for being so nice.
You're
but it's because I was concussed still, so I wasn't in my right mind. But we're gonna see if Talk are able to pull this out. They have got quite a few grenades here. This might be the perfect storm if they're able to get through apartments here. They do manage to take down Tarek, and they get themselves. Well, they're actually kind of still stuck in the apartments with 2 players. It's hard for them to make their way onto the site. It's a good and very fast, very swift response here from mouseSpaz. They're going to deny that bomb from going down, which was the sole objective there for Talked. And they actually invested quite a bit of cash there, so they can't really do all that much with this round either. It's just going to be pretty much a straight up save. I guess Mo is going to be really wanting to make sure he's got enough for the AWP in the following round.
It's interesting. Steele, before he joined iBuyPower, he was always like one of the main AWPers on the team he was in. But in recent teams, there's always been another guy who's been the main AWPer. Which I wonder how he's felt about that. And for some reason, God knows what just happened there, but that's one of our admins, so not to worry. Apparently that was a bug. Anyway, it's going to be an A push, it seems. With the scout getting the first tag. CC's cleaning up quite well for now. Yeah. Moe manages to get one frag with the Tech 9.
Yeah, pretty uneventful and as expected, largely speaking. Talked had the best chance to do something in the previous round, but now they get to go for the buy. And indeed, we're going to see Mo with the AWP purchase, and he does have everything. He saved so much money. He has full armor, helmet, all the nades.
All the things.
The only thing he doesn't have is like a pistol buy on top of it as well. But Mo is going to be challenging middle with that AWP, and I would imagine that they're really looking for Mo to try to open up an opportunity here by getting that first pick. But look at this angle from Peter there. It's very, very nice. Oh, and he's going to get the headshot. The wall bang onto Mo. That's a fantastic defense here for mouseSpaz on middle. And that was really... I mean, Mo was in his position where he was the guy that was supposed to open up the map. So now they've got 4 players. They still need to get an opening. They still need to play this kind of picky style. But they're starting to run out of time. So this is getting a little bit awkward here for Talked, who've got to make an opportunity happen. Monty, they're just trying to watch out for anybody trying to push through apps. He knows somebody's relatively close here, but Tarek is holding his ground. So meanwhile, Talked are setting up towards the A site.
Yeah, look where the bomb is as well. I mean, this is not going to work out well for Talks if they keep this up. You can see Steele is advancing towards the B site. Again, the bomb is left down, and this round is pretty much over. They've got 35 seconds left. It's 2 versus 5.
And still really misreading the possibility for someone to be close there on the short. And I liked the play from Monty. When they still had 4 players left, Monty was trying to push B-Apps there. If he did pick up a kill in B-Apps, I mean, so many things start to happen. So they have 3 players basically around the A site, the remaining 3. And with Monty making that pick and being able to move further in the apps, the guy that's on short has to pull back to the site. So then all of a sudden, despite losing a man early in mid, Talked can actually get mid control because the short presence is eliminated by that pick in apps. So then Talked have a really good chance to either hit B or A, and everything becomes possible. But because Monty died to Tarek there, I really feel like Tarek had the key frag that really helped them to shut that round down.
Yeah, and after that, it seems to just completely fall apart here for Talks.
Yeah.
And I mean, how much, considering all the changes and disruption that we've had in the North American in the North American scene recently, you have to wonder what part team and what part mix are some of these guys. Like, because I don't know, it really did fall apart for them in that round. And again, the bomb was in no man's land for the longest time. And
yeah, I think they really were just banking on these picking plays. And once they weren't able to get the 2 picks, in fact, they lost 2 one-on-ones. That was it. That was the round over with. And sometimes that happens. So I don't want to read into it too much just yet.
It looks like they're going to try and creep into B and rush on contact, although that smoke is going to give the game away. It looks like that's going to be towards the door.
Oh, that's actually beautiful. It takes a while to pop that smoke, so it would be a bit of a late queue, but the Molotov delayed them now, so they're going to have a pretty good idea. And they're even getting, they can have a potential fast flank. Tarek going to get smoked off. That's a nice smoke. But they don't know he's sitting there. It's just straight up on that ledge. Going to be able to take down Mo immediately. A second follow-up frag by the car. And here it is. Too easy for Tarek. A nice triple. And the force buy from Talk is not going to really work out for them. And mouseSpaz are kicking off to a fantastic start. I mean, the underdogs, I think it's almost fair to say, Talk to having a rough go of things now.
Yeah, definitely I would say I talked to the underdogs in this one. Obviously, mouseSpaz being a team that have been together for quite a while, ex-Netcode guys, and Talks being basically a team that's been put together quite recently. I was tempted to would you describe them the way Thorin describes Epsilon?
In what sense? How did that remind me how Thorin describes Epsilon?
I don't want to say it.
Because he says many terrible things about Epsilon.
Exactly.
So I mean, just which terrible thing are you referring to?
I'll tell you in the break.
Right. Everyone's dying to know now what horrible things you're going to say. You're such a mean person. I didn't have you for.
This is a point where, you know, a big factor in this match is going to be the longevity of mouseSpaz versus the new rawness of Talks. And again, it's looking like another completely clean round. I say that as Mo gets the first frag.
Well, so far, I mean, well, let's see if Mo's able to do something here. But whilst he's trying to survive, he's going to get taken out. So the dynamic with a team that's not been together for a long time is always going to be that the T side's going to be harder, because T sides take a lot more preparation.
Absolutely.
And a lot more leadership, a lot more offline practice and regimented routine and drills. Exactly. And so this is something we saw with that yesterday. Their T sides were fantastic. They were phenomenal. They had a great leader who obviously directed them well, and they've put in the work together, and they've been together forever. So that's why they could do that. Talks. They need to get CT side first if they want to have like a good map against mouseSpaz. Starting off on T side really sucks for them, because so far we haven't seen any nice executes from them. We're just seeing them try to work the pick plays. But the thing is the inherent risk is that sometimes if the other team is consistent of how you like to go for the picks, or even if they're just on top of their game or they take the right gamble, they are going to get the kill, and then your entire game plan starts to crumble in on top of itself.
So they've got 4 in apps at the moment. You can see the aggressive position from Tarek in mid. So the map is pretty much closed out here for the T's, and they're running out of options. 50 seconds left. We've got 2 on the B site. One person is going to be staying in A main. Sorry, in A CT side, just in case.
And they have a guy deep on middle. They kind of know what's happening here. They've got a good setup on the B bomb site. There's 4 basically on the site more or less already. So they've worked out what Talks are doing like way ahead of time, because they had mid control uncontested. And they're going to try to drop into underpass, which is kind of a nice adjustment actually, as mouseSpaz were way too close to their B play for them to execute it. And they're going to break out of this. Beautiful response coming in from Talks.
The bomb's staying into the B site though, so it looks like it's going to be effective. It's going to go in, they're basically trying to get the plant, worst case scenario, and try and pincer the CTs afterwards. But they've heard the noise. That's a massive frag there for Talks. It is 3 versus 2 all of a sudden. It seems to be working out. But Oh, this is terrible. Once he couldn't get on the site to plant in time, there was a CT in the window, which means he couldn't get anywhere on the site to plant the bomb safely. He didn't have time to go around the other way and plant it for short. So what could have been a great round for Torque just collapsed in the final few seconds.
It was a nice mid-round call there where Torque was stuck in B-apps. They realized that they gave the respect to mouseSpaz to understand that they have to know what they're doing. So they just went for that quick push there. And Mo trying to use his spawn to get a quick pick on T-Slope, which is always a really nice move to go for. But mouseSpaz, they got 2 AWPs themselves, so I'd be pretty worried about playing an exclusively pick-based style against what mouseSpaz are doing at the moment. And it looks like they're going to move into middle a little bit with a little bit of a delay, and that can be effective.
What I was going to say is one of the normal setups you see on this map from the T's is you have 1 low A, 2 mids, 1 apps, and 1 underpass, and that gives you maximum map control. But they had 4 in apps. 2 huge frags there for Monty though. This looks like it could be the first round for Torque. They have a 2-man advantage. They do have 2 players really low on health at the moment though, so gonna need to be careful in that front. You can see Peter looking for the next frag.
The AWP
angles to cover.
The AWP save here potentially for mouseSpaz. Can they make it work with these 2 AWPs? Save the day. It's going to be pretty awkward, that's for sure. Talked though, they are coming for this A play now. Now that they have CT spawn as well. Peter's going to spot one of the players. So I wanted to get up to the stairs. Tarek is going to be able to drop D-Bon there and give it a go as well. Their money's quite good. Oh, that's a great shot coming in from Tarek. There's 2 more. Does miss the follow-up no-scope. And mouseSpaz are finally going to drop around to Torqued. And Torqued are going to feel a little bit better about themselves.
Yeah, they definitely had a better layout in that round. They had 2 people in the mid area. Again, having 4 people in B apps and not successfully executing a push is. I mean, how many guns are going to be useful in that kind of narrow area is my question. But again, this has gone well for them. But Peter getting a fast pick on Mo. They do have 2 more people in mid though. He almost gets the frag on lower A.
So mouseSpaz now it's 4-4 against Torqued. I mean, they can either go for a read if they're very familiar with Torqued, or they can just try to go for the gamble, keep 3 on A, 1 on B, like they are. And in this kind of situation, there's a lot of merit to that, because if A does get attacked, then they have a strong defense, and if it's to be B, they actually have the option to actually save if they really want to. But they've got quite a lot of money still, so be going for this A play where they've seen the most presence here from Torque so far, and so D-Bon's going to get taken out as he does try to peek out for a bit of action onto the A site. And so far, Torque's options are starting to run a little bit thin now as the time runs down, and they're all only left with this A play.
Look at how many flashbangs the mouseSpaz have left as well. They can do counter flashes all day. As the clock runs down, 30 seconds left. It's going to be 2 versus 1. Slight advantage here for mouseSpaz now. Sorry for Torque. That nade not going their way.
Very nice.
Finesse, last man standing. That's a nice meaty nade. He can definitely do this.
And Finesse has quite a bit of time on the bomb, so he's really being very cautious. I spot the first player by the jump boxes, and Monty with a very timely peek to finish him off. Well played there by Torque, picking up another round. These rounds are not without their cost though, as we do have obviously loads of players dying every time they're winning these rounds. So, I mean, if mouseSpaz are able to take this one back, they reset Torque again. They're back to an eco, and so this is a huge one though. If Torque are able to win this, they get the eco onto mouseSpaz. So this round here is Torque's way back into this match to get the momentum going and actually have a chance.
Indeed, so it was a rough start for Torque, but again, as DK said, they definitely get back into this by breaking the economy in this match. Lots of wallbanging going on. Hayes down to 34 HP at the moment. You can see the rotation coming in from Tarek. Looking at the position of the T's, they are all over mid at the moment. Steele's going to get the frag on FNS, and that's going to open up the B bomb site. CT is going to be forced to rotate. You can see Peter moving over to B. Things looking difficult for the CTs right now, as the Torqued team seem very well placed.
That was a really nice risk there from Torqued on middle. They smoked CPL off instantly, still ran up short, and planted himself in the ladder room there as they were pop flashing into connector to try to like get the jewel there. And we can see Hayes finally going down in connector. Talk having a great start to this round. They're doing a fantastic job actually, taking control of middle, and now they're trying to build that into a play. Got 2 players in connector here, and that's a nice frag there onto Tarek. And in is Cutler there over at CT spawn. Gonna hear that bomb going down. Probably going to try and delay a little bit until Peter's in the action as well. Just looking for those players. Here goes Peter, finds Monty. Cutler's able to take down one more himself as well to bring it to a 1-on-1. But look at this, great position here from Steel. In goes the heavy grenade.
Oh, he hasn't seen Cutler. Cutler's running out of time though.
This is such a fantastic position. He has all the grenades to work with as well. Cutler going to have to get out of there, and Steel's going to win the round here for Torqued. That's going to force mouseSpaz to an eco, and Torqued could theoretically start bringing themselves back into the game here, unless something crazy happens. But hopefully they don't let it for their sake. Not at the you don't want things to go wrong at this on the first map of a best of 5. You want to try to have all your focus on these early maps, get all the damage in, not make any mistakes, not wear down the mentality of the team at all.
Steel's so aggressive. He's really good at just sensing a lack of presence and then completely exploiting it. So you can see there's a stack from the ecoing CT, Steel getting the first frag. Now they're going to run into the fight. They've figured out what it is. They're just going to go and cut them down. Last man standing. Tarek got a 5-7. Going to be creeping. Who is above him? That's going to be Mo. Has he seen his head? I'm not sure. I think he has. What's he doing? He just let his teammate die for no reason. Was he go? Did he want to get a knife or something? Like there was a very long pause before Mo took him out there. So I think there was a bit of greed. I think Mo could smell the AWP money.
Well, you know who we have to watch now? It's Peter. He's actually got a spawn here for the window. He has made like consistently picks from connector with his AWP. Two teammates rushing up middle. He's going to get the flick shot as well onto Mo. That's brilliant play. They're trying to be a little bit defensive here, but they are going to trade pretty well on mouseSpaz, getting 2 for 1.
That's TCK, by the way, if you're wondering who Bertolo is on the stream.
So I'll have to see now if Torqued can recover this somewhat. Obviously, there's D-Born up on the Palace. He's going to get a pick onto Hazed. And now things will get pretty damn interesting. That's going to swing things back into the favor of Torqued. They've got over a minute in this round to play with. And all of a sudden, mouseSpaz is going to split up and decide who goes where. How can they effectively cover what exactly? And
interestingly, you can see mouseSpaz had a smoke here and a smoke here, which allowed them to put their resources to different directions. But you can see Peter's rotated back onto at the A site as they try and figure out exactly what is going on. You can see TCK, he's in the underpass at the moment. But look how far away D-Born is. If they push the B bomb site, he's going to be useless for a long time unless he gets a flanking Cutler. So they need to move soon. You can see Steel is with the bomb on his own, so they're completely spread out together. They're going to need to meet up soon and join forces. D-Born does go down. This is going to be harder for Torqued now. They have no choice but to push B, I think. But again, TCK just still loitering in the kind of connector area. So it looks like they're playing for worst case scenario, get the bomb down, get the bonus.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, going to get flanked now, all down to Steel.
But this is a pretty doable situation. Steel has to push to get. He needs to get a frag here before anything happens. Problem is, when there's 3 players, he might run into a 1-on-2 instead of the 1-on-1. So here it is. Oh, he's actually even going to just crawl into the reticle of Peter there. That's unfortunate. But yeah, it's very common in a situation like this where you see the guy who gets gone down, where he tries to rush for a frag or 2, just because a 1-on-3 on the site or a 1-on-2 on the site, you in theory shouldn't be able to win that if your opponents play it correctly. So you have to try to like create 1-on-1s.
Balance the odds a little bit more.
Exactly.
But I do wonder why they were taking so long. Why was I think it was TCK in underpass and in connector for so long, and the bomb was on its own. Like they were so spread out as 3 people when at least 2 of them needed to push a site together. But the person with the bomb wasn't pushing a site with anyone. He was just hanging around waiting for the CTs to rotate, but the Ts didn't get any frags. Maybe they were waiting for a rotation, but didn't work out their way in the end. It's a bomb plant, however, and that will mean that they can buy this round. Tarek going to retreat towards the app.
Good push here coming in from Tarek, and that's going to give them a lot of information. And obviously, they already know there's players in middle, and having not seen a lot of players in B apps, that's going to tell them that essentially at this
from the CTs
at this early stage that it's unlikely to be like a B play right now. But again, Talks they have middle, so they can do anything they want at the moment.
See, Peter's gone all the way back again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they can't really make any presumptions off of that information, unfortunately, for them.
So the Ts have mid. Looks like they're just waiting for an engagement here, but the CTs have no intention of...
They've run out of smokes, though. That's kind of an issue.
The CTs have no intention of engaging him in mid. At the moment, they can... It's like how Virtus Pro sometimes play mid. They can just keep mid. They can't plant the bomb in mid, so they're still going to have to push a site. Looks like they are going to send 3 people towards the B site now. Tarek, again, in that sneaky position, while his teammate runs distraction. And again, his teammate can bait for him now. They know where the teammate throwing the nades are. Sorry, but Tarek is just going to stand here. 10 seconds on the clock as well. And there's a critical frag coming in. He hasn't seen the guy on the site below him though, but he will be taken out by Peter. And again, excellent play there by Tarek. And that's something people should pay attention to. The fact he was patient for so long. A lot of people in that situation at lesser stages, you know, in pugs, etc., may just run out. But long term, his role is much more important there. Even if his teammate goes down, if he stops the plant, and with that amount of time on the clock, it's much more important for him to stay alive than it is for his teammate. So
one of the problems for them there, and this is something that happens in matchmaking all the time, is not saying they talk to like matchmaking scrubs or something, but but it's a common issue that you, like, let's say on middle and Mirage, you've used up all your smokes on like short or CPL or connector or whatever, but you didn't actually like, but you were waiting to try to like find a pick, and then all of a sudden you realize that the smokes have gone away, but you actually haven't either like gained connector, you haven't gained short, you haven't gained any ground in CPL or pushed them back actually. So then you're sitting in middle and you have no smokes anymore. So then attacking a site becomes really difficult, and that's like the site, the position they're in, where they had some, you know, maybe a few flashes, but no smokes at all to help them. So smokes usually are a great tool to like help you gain positions and help you to deposition CTs or attack sites more safely. But
push from the CTs, 2 of them straight into apps, just causing absolute havoc. Finesse going to get the trade frag. It's going to be him versus Monty. They both know each other's there. The bomb's down as well. This is terrible for Talk. This last round looks like it's going the way of mouseSpaz. And in the previous round again, in a few rounds here on the T side, Talk have tried to go for fakes. They tried to push. And again, even with 3 people, they were still trying to go for a fake. That round I keep going back to, Steele was in the apps. One teammate was in underpass. The other teammate was literally on the opposite side of the map. Still going for the fake there, putting the bomb there on its own. They tried a 3-man push through apps. Got absolutely cut down. They couldn't even get the frag when it was pistol versus pistol after 2 of them went. And again, on that last round, just great decision-making there, but from mouseSpaz. Like aggressive push into Palace and makes it 11-4.
I like how they actually... They picked their rounds very cautiously, and they were very specific at which points they used certain types of aggression. So we only saw them do that mid push like once, where they had 2 riflers run up mid and have the AWP support from CPL. That only happened once, so, and so that's like becomes very unpredictable. It's not something that was like a recurring gimmick for them. Whereas, you know, it is actually viable to actually play that kind of a style. But no, they just mixed that in like once. They mixed in some B pushes, B apartments pushes like once or twice. Palace pushes like once or twice, but they've just always in the right rounds, but they didn't have a lot to lose on the money or the rounds, so it's very smart usage of their advantages. While
Talk have a 7-round deficit, they are on the CT side. It's entirely doable and entirely plausible for them to come back into this and strongly, so do not count them out by any means just yet.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what mouseSpaz have in the way of executes and set plays.
I'm quite curious actually to this that formation from the CTs. They've got 2 guys on short and had D-Born in the CPL area, who has now moved to connector, while they only have
the A retake ethos.
Exactly.
They don't want it to go down on B, but they're okay to have the bomb go down on A as long as they can retake from all these angles. But that is past 2 frags found there by D-Born, so things getting a little bit awkward. But we get the trades coming back in thanks to Hayes and Peter. Hayes with a double now, and it's going to be on Monty and TCK to try to save this round for Talk. They desperately need this pistol. It cannot go to mouseSpaz here.
They've already identified where one of the CTs is in lower A, and one of them does fall.
It's all on Monty now.
Yeah, see that Monty's also in CT. He's gone to get the defuse kit. He's all in right now. Gonna go for a smoke defuse versus 3 maybe. Hasn't gone in exactly the right place. There's the first frag.
Time is an issue here.
Oh.
And we do have the round being cleaned up by mouseSpaz. They had a nice entry into the site and talked with the very, very standard strategy of, we won't let you plant it on B, we'll let you plant on A, and we'll play for the retake, which is very, very standard CT Mirage ethos, and it's pretty effective. We're going to see now Talked not really investing all that much at all, really, because they know that... actually, are they going to... Yeah, I guess they could consider like forcing the next round, I suppose, because it depends. Like some teams in a position like this are like, well, we need to start winning rounds now rather than trying to save. It really depends on how they feel about their CT side.
Yeah, I think a consideration also is how important is the AWP going to be with regards to them winning the rounds, the rounds plural, in fact, going forward.
Just looking at the money real quick. Well, they will be able to go for it.
I mean, it'd be a pretty crappy buy, let's be honest.
They can get the FAMASs going and stuff like that. Yeah, they are going to go for it. Honestly, I do like it when teams try this out, because when you're in a position like this, you say, okay, well, we're in a really bad spot. Of course, we know we're not going to get... we're not going to necessarily... Because, I mean, they'll only get like one good buy round, and then they're putting everything on that. So right now they're saying, well, let's try, see what we can do here. And if this goes well, then we actually have a like really nice chance to maybe win the match from this point. Whereas being on, saving until they can buy once, and then putting everything in on that round, basically.
We've got 3 from mouseSpaz in the B, 4 from mouseSpaz in the B app. So similar to what we saw from Talks, let's see if the approach, generally speaking, is different. We have some wall banging coming in from Hayes, but not finding the right angle just yet. Looks like Peter's setting up for some smoke grenades. Could be a fake. Actually, D-Born was holding this exact same spot. I think this... I'm not sure if it goes to kitchen window, sorry, shop window, or to shop door. It looks like it is going to be shop window to cover the apps window. You can see Monty now taking the position that Tarek took, starts the fragging straight away. The bomb is, however, on the A side. It's going to be left with Cutler, and he's going to get his head ripped off. So
really nice.
That's going to allow the CTs to pick up 3 AKs. So this round has gone huge for them. Yeah,
this is awesome because they get so much value from swapping up those guns. You can see like how much money they've saved by doing that. It's really, really awesome. And like that kind of a force buy there, where they just save the after the pistol instead of doing 2 ecos, they just ecoed once and then just got that buy-in. That's something that the calling style of threat, for example, for those familiar with him, that's something that his philosophy is to try to go for that kind of situation. And we're going to see these scouts working pretty well for Mo. It's always nice to see, but Hayes, yeah, that's pretty brutal. And all of a sudden, I mean, I hope you guys didn't blink. It's a 2-on-2 already. And the weapons being picked up by FNS. He does have an M4 and takes down Monty. They cannot win this round. Talk can't let this happen. They do have one player left standing, TCK, with the AK. He is fully loaded here, but he doesn't have a helmet, which is kind of a bummer considering that FNS is...
Oh, I knew that would happen. The timing. Gaben, please.
So...
He looks short. They're going to be past shorts already. He has no idea where they are. This is a disaster.
Yeah, this really sucks. The only thing that, well, after they lose this, if they lose this, they have to force again, basically. They have to force. They'll be able to buy FAMASs again. I think some of them at least. But that's a horrible situation. We'll have to see if TCK can get the damage in and maybe even... Well, he hasn't got a kit either, so without a kit going for this, he's got such a low chance of actually making this work with no kit. Because there's 2 of them left, they can just play hide and seek with him. Play cat and mouse. One peeks.
I think you have to go
the other peeks.
That bench area, that little bit of wall is highly penetrable.
Yeah.
And definitely, with that player identifying himself, while he's kind of covered from Van, window, and shop, I think he should have tried to get the headshot through the wall there. Because then that would have made it a lot easier. But again, time was running out. So his chances of winning that round were pretty bad. Mo going AWP, no armor. Gets the first frag. 2 more seeking him there. He's going to have to make a run for it. That's an
really
early
nice
advantage, as you can see. mouseSpaz, they just continue to barrel straight up mid. All 4 of them. They're going to have to get a move on. If they get stuck there, then bad things may happen. Second frag coming in from TCK. Mo getting another frag as well. All of a sudden, 5 versus 2. Talk's getting back into this. Mo going to leave the building. Lack of armor going to punish him there. Steel will pick up the AWP though, so not a bad trade.
So a lot of importance on TCK's role in this round, playing the bomb boxes on the A side, who had to smoke off connector, allowing Talk to put a lot of players on short, like having 3 on B, and that short presence gave them the frags to get the advantage. But now mouseSpaz, with 50 seconds left, which is a substantial amount of time, are going to find themselves with Hazed up in kitchen. This is scary now for Talk. If they don't know that someone can be there, this could be a very nasty surprise indeed and be round turning. As we have Hayes coming up from the back now towards Kai. He's aware one's there. That's going to be a free frag onto Monty from Hayes. And that's going to cue Cutler for the sprint into the site. Get the quick plant before the CTs get to the site to stop them. And it's a 2-on-3, and this is actually a great spot now for mouseSpaz.
You can see Steel trying to just waste some time there on short while his pincer movement comes in, but TCK is going to go down. Steel gets the trade frag, and it's going to be Hayes versus 2. Gets a nice flash in there, but can he get the frag? Steel going to take him down, and that is another round in the bag for Talk. Can they pick up the AWP? You can see D-Born going to find it. There it is. All important AWP. Great opening there from Mo in the mid area with no armor.
I'm just really sad that after they got the famous buy and they won the round and picked up all the AKs, they lost that following round where there's like deagles and stuff. Because it's just, I really like to see when teams get kind of rewarded for making ballsy plays that make a lot of sense. But Talk, they still have an opportunity to be in this game. Mo going to be going for the pick there onto T-slope before perhaps getting himself into connector and just mixing up the angles based off of his spawn. Of course, lots to do with the spawns.
Now we're seeing a more standard layout from the T's here, one towards A, although the bomb is rotating there now. The mouseSpaz team was slow to leave T-spawn, so you could see Hazed just being careful in B-apps. But normally you see somebody in underpass, somebody B-apps. So yeah, this is a good angle actually from these stairs. You can, if you go a bit to your right, just hold an angle to the very end of apps, where sometimes you can hold an angle as a CT with an AWP with the slightest crack. So if you see people walking up apps, then you can get a free kill, because they will not see you first.
Actually, someone showed me a smoke recently, a Finnish player. Who used to be...
Was it Lurpis?
No, he used to be a semi-pro player in Finland.
Was it Lurpis?
He showed me a smoke where you can actually smoke deep. Well, hold that thought. We do have this push coming in. I can talk about that in a moment. Monty there with the mag gets a nice shot onto FNS and is wondering where the rest of the players have gone. And we are going to be seeing that it was a fake all along, and it looks like Talk has actually been sold this pretty effectively by mouseSpaz, who are assaulting the A bomb site currently and have great positions to get this plant. But there are no smokes to cover them, and without those smokes, it's just a shooting range for the multiple players, from Talk, who have all the angles to work from: stairs, jungle, connector, CD spawn.
So you were saying a Finnish player showed you a smoke? Was it
yeah,
Lurpis?
he showed. No, it wasn't Lurpis. Is that the only Finnish player you know?
Yes.
It wasn't Lurpis or Natu, but no, it was like a smoke from here or something, and it like lands like there, which allows you to kind of push the apps like with one guy.
Oh, I have a smoke like that.
Which is quite cool.
You can find it on YouTube.
But either way, once more, we'll see mouseSpaz going for the pistol play, and last time they did this, Talk had a bit of a horrible time. In fact,
into CPL.
losing that round, so we'll have to see if they can stop that from happening this time. And it looks like all is well in the land of Talk for now. But they are still in a position
Where's the AWP?
where if they lose 2 rounds, they're done.
I'm surprised you haven't seen my video.
You have too many
videos. You can even
you
see it. I have
you haven't seen my videos, so you can,
hey,
you can go to hell, James.
I've seen most of your videos, buddy. In fairness, I showed you how to put them on Steam yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
I'm a good guy.
I didn't know about that. I think, is that a new feature? I don't know.
No? No. I've just got my finger on the pulse.
Okay, I want to see where the smokes are going to go here for mouseSpaz. So they surely are going to be setting up for some smokes if they're really going to push this. This looks like just a straight up A execute with one guy to like lurk into mid, catch rotating players. But the thing is that this is a sick position from TCK and also D-Born. These are actually sick positions to stop the T-slope push here. Behind the smoke, there's some good counter flashes. When they see those nades come over the top, mouseSpaz should be dead meat. But we'll have to see now. They're just hanging around. Hanging around.
Hanging around like street thugs.
But here it is. There are the smokes. There it is. This is the counter flash from TCK. Or if he hits the counter flash perfectly, this is going to be horrible for them. But in fact, he won't. And he's going to go down only after one frag. But D-Born locking it down with a great couple frags up into Palace. And in comes Haze. The perfect counter play here from the CTs. Really nice positions. And the Haze in the 1-on-3.
He's behind you.
Got 3 players left to find 2 from CT. And they're going to flash and peek him. And he's going to go down. So that's a nice, very, very nice round from Talks. Love it.
I actually expected a strong CT side from Talks.
Yeah.
And it's going well so far.
Well, this is like we said before, like it's hard for them to really show their skill on T side because it comes down to so much. There's more like strategy and tactics and mid-round calls. And you don't see their individual skill as much.
I thought we were going to see a B. Just based on the spawns, even on the radar I could see the spawns were commanding a B rush here from mouseSpaz. And it's coming in, all the flashes. Once he's going to smoke himself off. Doesn't get any frags. There's one running out of bullets. Oh, he goes flying. And
he did the seal, man.
Peter.
I love that. He did the seal.
He flew in the air. That was beautiful. 10 out of 10 would fly again. Only a 4-round deficit now, but only 2 rounds away from a map 1 victory are mouseSpaz. Talk looking for revenge after a 2-0 loss to mouseSpaz earlier in the week.
So 2 ops, still going to go to, it's going to go to Apps actually, and Mo's in middle. Okay. Let's see where this op's going to be going.
He was like, so close to the frag there.
Oh, he got the shot. That's the play. If you walk with the AWP there and they have a guy in CPR and he doesn't see anything, it's very common that he goes back to jungle, and you are going to be there on the angle, and Peter, the sidestep flick shot, and now that is a 5-on-4.
It's really nice to see Kenny S playing the AWP in apps because he knows his angle so well. He can pre-aim the jungle area, so as soon as he strafes out, he's already aiming straight for jungle. So if he sees you, you are almost guaranteed to die.
Yeah, actually there are some spots with the AWP where you just can close your eyes and just pre-fire it, and you'll just get the frag. Like, some of these angles are so common.
D-Born being very, very cheeky indeed.
Well, that's the bomb. That's huge. That's going to tell his team exactly everything they need to know. In fact, they had a guy push all the way to T-spawn as well. This is horrendous now for mouseSpaz. Everything's slipping away. Cutler and Haze coming back into this round now.
Both players are their positions are unknown though. The problem is there are 24 seconds left on the clock because they could get 2 fast frags in and all of a sudden the whole game changes. Monty though, his position is unknown, doesn't get the frag, he's pulled a grenade out, survives, just gets around the wall in time, and time's running out for a T, so it's going to be a save for those guys.
Yeah.
So I was going to say if they could shoot 2 CTs in the bag, then it might be doable, but time definitely not on their side there. Another round in the bag for Talks.
Yeah, and they're going to just go for the force up here. So now mouseSpaz, if they lose this one, they're on eco, and Talks are basically tied up. So Talks, they just have to win that one more, and they can feel much more comfortable. But mouseSpaz, we haven't seen any proper executes from them, really, have we? I don't think we've really seen... I mean, we saw them attempt to make an A play, but there was the perfect like counter-strat positions on the CTs in that round. So apart from that, we haven't really seen mouseSpaz attempt many executes. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think I cannot disagree with you there.
Yeah, both teams seem to be playing at a similar style to on this map, actually, on both sides.
I think Tarek's been watching the Badger Mushroom video, judging by the name of his rifle. I'm guessing you haven't seen that, Dan?
Of course I have. Of course I have. That was back when I was in school and everyone was playing it on the PCs in our free periods.
I was using WinNuke 95 and 98 when I was in school.
I installed
with
Half-Life
with
1
Russians, I'm not even joking.
onto all the PCs. The Half-Life 1 demo onto all the PCs at school.
They were nuking PCs and I stopped them getting beaten up.
Alright, well, we do have a congregation. Not so convivial, but it is looking all serious right now as mouseSpaz slowly move their way in here. With Peter scoped in, if there is to be a jump, a peek, a spot, Steel's going to get his head swiftly blown off. But there's a nade. He's going to just barely spot a pixel there. Cue the nades going in. Steel, ooh, look at this. He is demolishing them, and they cannot get out of the apartments. They're stuck in the mud at the moment. Steel's just going to spray him down through the smoke. Not much to do here, it would seem, as the rest get taken out by Mo, and Talks now up against what seems to be... Oh, actually, no, they've lost enough in a row that they can go for another buy. That was my mistake then.
That was actually just brilliant, brilliant timing there from Steel.
Oh, they're not going to go for a buy, though.
Good inkling not to peek as well. I suppose the fact that they hadn't seen any Ts anywhere on the map maybe gave him the spidey sense not to jump up. So for the Jack-in-the-Box, definitely would have got the whack-a-mole.
So they could have actually bought there and had AKs and Galils and stuff and some nades, but they decided that they want the full buy. They want the AWPs, which is we have seen that is generally very important to them. They need to get they want to get those picks.
TCK needs to be careful. Oh, it's smoked off. Okay.
And a lot of their game plan revolves around that. So they're going to boost one guy up into the smoke, but this is very obvious. I would be very surprised if this is actually anybody. Yeah, Mo's got that under lock. That's fine. They even had a crossfire on it.
Bomb is going towards the B site, but we still have Monty just ready and waiting here. As the flank's coming in from Finesse, or is Mo going to get him? Trade frag? Yes.
So Cutler is the man waiting for the jump spot now. And these picks on the guy's jump spotting is becoming more and more common because people are so used to the angles.
Look how far away they are from the rotate here. Monty has to hold.
And Monty should be fine. He's got a great position to spot the head first. He does whip the shots, goes back to a safer position and picks off the frags. Creates 2 1-on-1s with just a small couple steps backwards. So that's wonderful play.
And there's a balance of the M4 as well, because you can see the silenced M4 A1S gave him an extra second or two before the Ts identified his position. But he was very lucky that he had a smidgen of wall to hide behind while he pulled out his pistol, because obviously he did run out of bullets.
Luck? Or did he plan it that way? I think he planned it that way, James.
Oh, maybe he did.
I think he planned it that
I'll
way.
give him the benefit of the doubt, DDK.
It's a nice angle.
It is a nice angle indeed.
We do have Steel looking for that pick onto apartments. And that has been something that mouseSpaz have looked for as well. So this round, though, they're not challenging. And Talks have been looking a little bit in trouble at the moment, but D1's going to open things up with a kill onto Tarek. I like this from mouseSpaz, though. They're trying to get into connector, but this is a great setup here from Talks. They can absolutely shut down any connector play. They just have to be very careful about pallets, and they have a guy there. So as I say that, they abandon their connector positions. So it's kind of open now. And the picks are coming in quickly now for mouseSpaz as they try to push their way in through connector. One player on the site now, and he is going to go down swiftly. Mo, it's the floor as mouseSpaz are so close to taking this round against Talked. Just Steel and Monty left. Steel coming in from the connector, swiftly dealt with by Peter. Monty now going to be hearing the planter, trying to make his way in there. The wallbang not quite happening, and Peter will finish him. That's the match point now for mouseSpaz as Talked have loads of money still.
I was about to say that I bet the stream chat wrote off Talks in this first game, but it is a map of 2 halves. That said, mouseSpaz reaching match point here. If it does go to overtime, it will be MR5, it will be carnage, but Talks need to win these 2 rounds. Have a look at the money in the bank here. They might have a ropey buy. They will lose a game if they lose this round, so never mind that.
It's worth mentioning it's the pick of mouseSpaz this map.
Indeed, that is worth mentioning.
But I was actually surprised that mouseSpaz didn't have more executes on their T side. They look roughly as good as Talked on the T side.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Maybe they should have a chat with Blade.
Yeah, I think everyone needs to have a chat with Blade. Seems to be the most popular man in Counter-Strike. We do have a...
Oh, that's a huge frag there for mouseSpaz.
They're taking over CPL. Now things get very awkward because the guy from B can't really get into CPL into jungle. The connector's locked down as well.
If D-Born stays unseen here, that could change everything.
This is amazing. They managed to eliminate the players in CPL and jungle immediately, even though they had worse angles. So Torque finding some impossible kills there, even though we didn't see it. And mouseSpaz going to have to go full-on MacGyver mode now because they do not have the funds to fully support what they want to buy.
Yeah, we're talking elastic bands, pieces of twig. They have to make what they can. Pea shooters.
Break off the chair legs.
Absolutely. Kitchen sink.
There's actually a lot of materials to work with on this map. If you actually think about this, actually quite a lot of weird things.
There's lots of bits and bobs lying around. Frying pans. That's the angle I was talking about with Diop. He's gone back for the peak, and Steel's going to take him down.
Oh no.
That is exactly the angle. You can't see him from the angle unless you also have a sniper rifle.
And they're just going to run through it, and he's going to get an easy second. This is very, very ambitious here. Not even flashing over the top as you can. And Steel's going to get himself loads of kills. Monty's got the support as well. So there's not much for them to worry about. Torque are going to be able to, or should be very well positioned to tie up this match now, or this map. Cutler against 4 players. And very surprising. Yeah, they know that Steel has been playing an AWP there. They've seen him, right? Am I right? I think they've seen him playing AWP there a couple rounds. He's been there
not from that particular angle though. That's a very specific angle.
But even still, one of the things you can often do is which mouseSpaz might want to consider is it doesn't cost a lot to actually just smoke over the top and put the smoke in at the end of the apartments, basically in front of the car, because then if there's someone is trying to AWP in, then he doesn't get any angles. They can't see anything. They can't even jump spot you or anything like that.
Yeah, that's hindsight though as well.
Well, I mean,
unless you want to throw every round.
Of course. But if they've seen Steel AWPing there and he has AWP there from quite a few rounds, then it's something to consider. Yes,
but at the same time, there's pros and cons, because the con is it telegraphs where you're going as well. It reveals at least the position of one of your team.
Well, yes and no. It depends, I think, because it's one of those smokes where, like on Nuke, you can throw the smokes outside, but you don't have to go outside, but you can throw the smoke. It's like you leave a guy for pressure or like on B storage on cash. He's pressuring it. He's like throwing nades and stuff, but they don't know how many people are there. There could be one guy there, or there could be loads of guys there. It's like there's not full information, but it does deny an angle at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, mouseSpaz definitely having some troubles on the T side, but no more troubles than Torque had. So
yeah, it's good to see that the kills are averaging out fairly well on both sides. Everyone's pulling their weights here, although Peter's putting in a bit extra for mouseSpaz right now, with leading the charge with 27 frags.
I'm still very surprised we didn't see any executes. Like there was no executes on A that we saw. Did you see one? I don't think I saw one. Like, with all the nades, all the bells and whistles.
I just want to really quickly just show something in apps. Obviously, you saw the angle that Steel held. It's always bad when you're flying around in apps. But you can hold that same angle with the AWP from the stairs from about here as well. So it does work both ways. So that is something you can try yourselves. See what kind of success you get. Again, if you have a good spawn for B, then you can get into Steel's position fast. But it does work both ways. So if you're playing against aggressive CTs, you can hold that angle with the AWP, but you want to make sure someone's got your back covered from underpass.
Oh, it's MR5, and Mo's going to flash himself over the top. It's a great flash. Going to whiff the shot. Goes for a second, gets hazed on the reaction, and he's going to just smoke himself off a little bit here, and then he's going to AWP over the top of the smoke. How did he make that shot? Peter goes down. Mo with fantastic play at the start of this round for Torque, giving him the advantage. That's the third kill as well coming in from Mo. Can somebody stop this man? FNS and Cutler are the two players left over for mouseSpaz, but they're going to have to come up with something very special to swing this back into their favor.
You can see Steel's going for that position where if someone's coming from underpass and they're trying to look into CTL, he can get the jump on them, but that chance has come and gone. Steel gets a frag anyway on Finesse in connector area. Mo is going to fall. Cutler versus 2 now. This is entirely doable, but oh, the bomb is down. Ah, that was the problem.
GG Mo.
He got some great damage in there. Again, well played to Mo. It is MR5. The teams start with 16k. So again, guys, this is going to be carnage. First round to talks. First team to make 21 rounds will take the first map. Otherwise, we may see a 20-20. Steel has a habit of going into overtime on FACEIT matches.
Okay, well.
Do you think he's going to do a Bernie if they win?
Well, I don't know.
We may never.
No one will see it. So
the setup is going towards the A site for the T's, as Tarek does get a frag elsewhere on D-Born. Into apps actually, aggressive positioning there from D-Born. You can see he likes it on T side, likes it on CT as well. So Mo going to hold the angle, waiting for Tarek to make his presence known. In the meantime, Steel is going to go for an information play, but Finesse is hiding in the door, but Steel is aware that that's a place he can hide. Oh, he looks away, oh, he's going to be pissed with that one. The push is coming in onto the A site now from mouseSpaz.
And it is very quick here. They do have the nades in place. You see hands in front of the eyes there for the player over on Shadow. mouseSpaz with a very, very nice execution moving in here together as a team. All the nades in the right places. And they are going to isolate all those pesky CTs to pick up another round. It's a very slow one. And as James said, Steel's going to be so gutted after pushing up there that he suddenly looked back. Maybe thinking that someone could have come from underpass. As Steel pretty much is the only guy who had any presence for his team on middle. So
there's nothing worse as a player than checking a corner and clearing it and someone actually being there and shooting you afterwards. It's so irritating.
And here it is, FNF's going for the peak, but Steel's going to get the shot this time. So at some point, they're going to have to ask themselves, how many times are we going to die to Steel, AWPing from that position before we try to either avoid it or make a play specifically tailored for it?
Yeah, again, as the smokes you were mentioning can be used as a deterrent at the very least. There is a Fnatic smoke that bounces off the top of the apps and lands directly where Steel was standing. It's good for general B pushes as well, but in the meantime, it is 3 versus 3. We have an aggressive position on short here from Hayes. He's going to manage to get that nade in without being AWPed by Steel. Steel has lost Hayes' position now. Tarek on short as well. So Hayes does voice it on the bomb site, takes down Steel. Trade frag coming in from Monty here. Can the T's get the bomb down? 2 versus 2, 40 seconds on the clock. Look how far away D-Born is.
I think it's looking good now for mouseSpaz, as long as they can take down Monty without any issues, and that's going to be the case. So in comes D-Born. He's got a lot of work to do, but he's got plenty of time, and he has obviously a kit, so he can take his time here, and it's a nice position there for Tarek. Going to catch him straight away, and we're going to have another round for mouseSpaz. So, do you think we'll ever see this smoke?
They thought it was MR3, but it's MR5.
Do you want to put bets on whether they'll smoke that?
What?
Steel's position, yeah.
Well, the question is, do they know it's smoke for Steel's position?
Because you don't, if you smoke it, you don't have to do anything with it. It can just be to make the CTs not know what's happening there. You don't have to push it.
So we've got a surge in the middle area from mouseSpaz. They are rushing now, straight down here.
Oh, I like this.
Onto the A site.
This is great work here. Just using that pace. They have had some slow rounds, but now it's time to just hit the switch to the NOS as they charge into that A site. Peter gonna actually actually tagged him and finishes him off with a pistol. Mo goes down. They're taking him down one by one by one. These CTs cannot play any setups, and it is all on Monty, and it's not going to be happening now. I mean, Monty's got to kill 4 players and get back onto the site to then get the defuse. He knows better than that, and he's going to just back away with his M4 and try to survive. But I would expect mouseSpaz to try to hunt him down here, as it is MR5, as you pointed out. So
look at the money on
max
the
rounds
CTs
10
as well. Monty has to save this gun. Maybe he could drop 2 if he does, but
this is a dynamic. It's a dynamic you don't really have in MR3, really, because even though you get 10k, it has to go really poorly for you not to have a round where you can't really buy anything. But as we can see, that can really happen in MR5 max rounds 10. So we'll have to see now if Torx can bring this back, because Torx, they were having a pretty terrible time on the T half, but they brought it back on the CT. Now they're losing the CT rounds. This is looking great here for mouseSpaz in the grand scheme of things.
If Torx only win one CT round, they are going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. We can see the T side's been difficult for both these teams up until the overtime. D-Born putting in huge work on the A side, taking down 2. Bomb is towards the B side. We can see Monty is going to be trying to hold that down. Smoke coming in to slow people down over there. Steel getting a frag, but FNS getting the trade. 2 versus 2 now as Cutler takes down D-Born on the A side. And we can see previously in situations like this, we've seen a CT spread out so far. They are more or less in mid together. And it looks like they're going to bank on defending one of these 2 sites. You can see Finesse is indeed rotating the bomb away from the B site, but he's going to take so long to get to A that I wonder if the CTs will rotate back to B. So taking down Cutler, which will give Finesse an idea as to where the CTs could be. He has still got full nades at the moment, so he could potentially smoke off Connector and go to B, but it looks like he's going to try and force the issue and get the jump on someone on the A site. And that's
I like it. I like it. Waiting a split second there before taking the kill. Now, Monty has a perfect idea of what's happening, but can he clutch? He doesn't have a kit, actually. There must be a kit somewhere on the map, but is there one near his position? That's the question, I suppose. But
Monty knows where he isn't, which is to his left. So he thinks he's either on the site or behind the smoke.
Yeah, he's going to find him in front of the top if he gets the kill. Good stuff there from Monty. And that's the defuse as well. So 2 rounds there for Torx. So it's not quite as terrible as it could have been, but still it's pretty rough because, again, they had a really hard time on T half. mouseSpaz this time pulling out a superior amount of rounds. So
mouseSpaz need 3 of 5 rounds here to tie the map. Sorry, to take the map. And this is, because it's a full buy on both teams, this is serious. Torx are going to have to come up with something solid on this T side if they want to stay in this map. Again, we saw that how poor their T side was at the beginning. Might be having a quick team chat as to kind of agree on what the approach is going to be in the first round. It is a critical round. They can't afford to drop any of these rounds right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Torx coming in as the underdogs, taking mouseSpaz's first pick on the maps would be really, really huge for them in this best of 5. I mean, the map after this is going to be Inferno, and that is the pick of Torx. So you'd expect that they would have a little bit more comfort there. But either way, we're going into the second half of the first overtime on map number 1 here between mouseSpaz and Torx for the G2A.com North American Cup, December Cup. And we've got 3 players towards B actually, and Mo looking for the pick here, and they're going to try to perhaps go for a bit of a fake action here, or oh no, it looks like they were going down underpass. Perhaps they wanted to split into middle there. So Peter's shutting that down. Bomb is dropped there. They have to smoke to get it, but Peter's going to shoot through that smoke to catch the bomb, and that is a massive play.
That is a disaster.
Yeah.
That's an absolute disaster. Look at the positioning of the CTs now. They are just closing off this completely, and this is going to put them on tie points.
The crazy thing is that from Torx's perspective, if you're just running up into apps with 3 guys, you start walking so the guy on short can't hear you, walk down the stairs, you do not expect at that timing for an AWPer to be there. That's a really big risk, because if the T side was to try to take middle, then that AWPer is in no man's land. He's probably going to die. So it's a really big risk, and it paid off huge for mouseSpaz. So that's kind of cool. And we've seen Peter go for these mid pushes, and now Hayes is going to try to do it through Connector. He gets taken out by Monty, and a fast push here through Connector is the order of the day as FNS goes down over by Short. Mo's got it covered. 2 AWPers left here for mouseSpaz, trying to respond to the situation as it progresses. But Torx going to be taking this bomb, it would seem, towards B. They can still go to A. I think they're trying to work out what's the better here. And there it is. Bomber coming through Connector onto the A side. Tarek there. Peter in with a frag over on CPL. He's the last man standing now for mouseSpaz. You are very close to bringing this map to a victory, but he's going to have to back away. as it is a little bit too difficult. 2 AWPers on the other team.
Talks giving mouseSpaz a taste of their own medicine there with a surge straight through mid, just charging there with AKs, AWPs, just focusing on aim and annihilating the CT team. It's exactly what they needed. It's exactly what they managed to successfully execute.
It's quite a strong way to play as well. If the thing is, it's like impossible to know if the CTs are gonna rush connector to like go for those connector picks. But mouseSpaz have actually done that quite a bit, and by rushing connector with your entire team almost like they did, the CTs in connector get kind of screwed over unless they can do some crazy spray downs. It is really nice to do that. So pretty smart if Talk reacted to that because of the heavy connector play from mouseSpaz on mid.
Okay, so we're having another surge from the terrorist side straight into mid, and it's only going to be one player on the CT side. Tarek, however, getting the frag on D-Born. Two CT presence there. That's going to be some info for the teams as well. We may see them go for a fast B push now that they know there's at least 2 CTs on the B side. The flank coming in from Finesse. That's a bomb down as well. So now the CTs have got the information, and things going back and forth here. All of a sudden, it's Talked with a 2-man disadvantage. Mo stuck between a rock and a hard place. Gonna smoke into the connector area, but Peter having none of it. He has been on fire today, especially the last 2 rounds.
I wonder if he saw the nade and that's why he shot through the smoke, because it hadn't yet gone away. But mouseSpaz with a cleanup. You know, I'm still waiting for mouseSpaz to pull out that round where they put an AWPer on CPL and rush 2 guys out the window up middle, because they just threw in that double man push on Palace, and they don't have to spawn for anything like that this time. So I'm wondering if they're going to go for a mid aggression, because they haven't played that for a while. But they do have, of course, 2 rounds in which they can take this. Talks cannot lose another one, or they are done. And mouseSpaz playing passively.
It may be the end of game 1 here. We shall see 2 AWPs. AWPs have been doing massive work on this map so far from both teams. Mo top fragging for
nice
Talks.
spot. Look at that. They spotted Palace, and they smoked it when they saw the AWPer trying to pick. If they smoked before, they would have wasted a lot of time on the smoke. Now they're going to force Talks to have like much less time if they want to go for an A play because of the smoke. So that's very smart.
Yeah, and you have to consider how much time of Mo's has been wasted by that smoke, considering his position and how long it takes him to rotate into another place where he can be useful. That really gives mouseSpaz a significant advantage for a good 20-25 seconds.
And Steel here is a really key player because he needs to get into connector and start hopefully fragging onto the site. There's 4 players on the site.
The problem for Steel is he's already seen someone on short earlier on in the round, so he's paranoid about getting shot in the back of the head. The CT's already rotated in that position, but it's a psychological problem for him.
There's FNS going to peek around from the shadow there. They have nades in their hands, and that should be the end of this story on map number 1. Mirage is going to go to mouseSpaz in the first